Hey, welcome everybody to day 16 of our 21 days of prayer and fasting. I'm excited to be joining you today, and thank you for checking the devotion out. And so I want to take a moment and read the verse for today. It's found in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12. And it says this, Paul says, just as a body, though one has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. And so I just want to take a moment and talk about this thought for today and talk about the church. And that's what we're talking about today is the church. And the church forms many parts. And just as Christ is one, we are one with Christ as part of his body. But as I was thinking about this verse, I think about how individually we fit into that. And Paul talks about there's many parts, all the many parts. Now they work together and fit together. And so I think about how you and I are uniquely wired and made and how God wonderfully made us for what he's called us to do. And oftentimes we think about how this person does that or this person does that, but how come I can't do that or things of that nature. And we oftentimes don't truly think about how God has wired and gifted us. And the thought that I had today that I thought I would share is this, is that God has wired you and designed you specifically for what he has a purpose for you to do. And I love the fact that it all fits together in part of the body. And while my heart is an important part, it's not the most important part of my body. And my lungs are also equally as important as my heart, because one without the other, I stop living. And so every part of the body is important, and your part is important. There's no part that's greater or of greater importance than the other. And so I just want to encourage you today to understand that if you'll do your part in loving people in the community and doing the things that God's gifted you, skilled you to do, that it all works together in a part of the big body of Christ. I had a friend of mine remind me that asked a question. He says, how many churches are there in Manatee County? And I said, let me think. And he said, actually, there's one church. And so we're part of the big C, the church. And so do your part and do what God's called you to do, and you'll see some amazing results come through that.